Okay, let us do a summary of the videos regarding negative ideas. So the purpose of these videos were to make you aware that the cause for all forms of your sufferings, whether it's a fear, whether it's anger, impatience, and so forth, the cause, the seed cause of all forms of your sufferings are negative ideas. It's important to have such knowledge, because once the cause of a problem is known, then solutions for it can be found. And also, such knowledge can motivate one to take the journey of self-transformation, because the journey of addressing one's fears, one's anger, one's negativities are no longer dark and mysterious. We now have a direction, which is to address the negative ideas. So in the first video, it's basically just an introduction to the importance of knowing the cause of our suffering states of mind, so that we can address it. Then in the next set of videos, we learned what negative ideas really are, how to transform them, how to expand them to know ourselves. We learned that negative ideas are the seed cause for all forms of our sufferings. Negative ideas are ideas which promote self-rejection. They can be transcribed into self-declarations beginning with "it is not okay." And to discover them, we can ask ourselves questions when we suffer, when we're in a suffering situation. What is not okay? What am I rejecting in the experience? And then and also, to discover the negative ideas require practice of trying to always transcribe suffering experiences into negative ideas. And practices such as meditation can help one greatly to discover their negative ideas. Then we looked at how to expand negative ideas, to see how one negative idea can create so many issues in the mind, fears, wandering thoughts, attachments, and how transforming that seed cause of our sufferings, then all forms of sufferings which sprout from that seed, will be naturally resolved. Then we looked at how to transform negative ideas. The key to transforming negative ideas is to develop self-acceptance, because the state of suffering is a state of rejection. So we can transcribe the journey of self-transformation into a journey of transforming negative ideas, "it is not okay," to potentiated ideas, ideas which promote self-acceptance, "it is okay." And then we looked at how to transform negative ideas from the angle of habits. We saw that suffering is simply a habit of always reacting negatively to negative ideas in a similar situation again and again. So to transform it, we have to do something different. Instead of always rejecting, we have to develop self-acceptance. Then we looked at how the state of stillness can help us on our journey of self-transformation. We saw that state of stillness can actually be said to be a state of self-acceptance, because when your mind is still, you're in a natural state of self-acceptance. So whenever you pull yourself out of suffering situations into a state of stillness, you're essentially developing self-acceptance, because you're pulling yourself out of the state of self-rejection. Then we looked at how negative ideas can produce excess wandering thoughts and stimulation, and how it can affect the mind, and how addressing the negative ideas, issues to do with wandering thoughts and attachments, are naturally resolved. Then we looked at attachment in relation to negative ideas, how attachment to external things will always begin within, how attachment to basically anything begins with the attachment towards negative ideas, and how by transforming negative ideas, any issues to do with attachment will naturally be resolved. Then we looked at the relationship between health and negative ideas. We looked at how the body is always in the process of healing, and to help the body to heal itself, we have to work with the body rather than against it. And what can create most stress for the body is when we stress our minds with negativity. So naturally, by transforming negative ideas, we're assisting the body to heal itself of everything. So I hope you have become more knowledgeable through these videos. I hope you have become aware that all forms of sufferings are caused by negative ideas. Now, of course, I have been talking about negative ideas in relation to sufferings in a very general way. Of course, I can talk in length about how negative ideas can create anger, can create fear, can create impatience, but this will just make the videos too long and impractical. My goal is simply to make you become aware, because when you become aware that all forms of your sufferings come from negative ideas, you will realize the importance of addressing them, that by addressing the negative ideas, all forms of your sufferings will be addressed as well. Because in life, we have a tendency to make things complicated. A lot of us think anger and impatience are separate things, or fear, and as a result, it becomes mysterious and they don't know how to address it. But now I have simplified the complexity of suffering into one cause, which are the negative ideas. So now it becomes clearer. So in the next set of videos, I will be talking about how to transform negative ideas. It will be more practical. It will be the more practical section where you learn how to use life experiences to transform your negative ideas. So I will see you soon. Oh, and also remember that the practice of meditation can help you greatly on your journey of self-transformation. So do think about it, because it can help you to cultivate the stillness, this right state, the state of mind that can help you to accelerate your journey of self-transformation. So I'll see you soon.